Hello children, welcome back to your social class. I am your social teacher Aisha. Children, in previous class we started with lesson number 1, our fundamental rights and duties. In this session we are going to start with lesson number 2, our rich heritage. Right children, we are going to start with lesson number 2, our rich heritage. Okay, so you know our country is full of cultures and traditions. Right children, our country is full of cultures and traditions. And we Indians follow different cultures and different traditions. So in this chapter we are going to learn about it. Okay, so you know our country is full of monuments, full of festivals, full of lands and dresses. Right, we have a lot of dresses there, we have a lot of traditions, cultures, everything. Okay, then we have two types of heritages children. One is cultural heritage and one is natural heritage. Heritage is nothing but as what? The thing which is being left by our ancestors or which we have been following, that will come under heritages. And even the natural heritages which is God gifted, which is done by nature, natural. But these terms are for nature. In nature, whatever we have valleys, mountains, rivers, sun, wind, this and all will come under natural heritage. Right children? And now in cultural heritage what we have languages, we have dance, we have music. Now, okay, we have languages, dance and music. We are going to learn all about this. First of all, languages. How many languages we have children? We have totally many languages, but 22 of them are recognized by the government of India. So 22 languages have been recognized by the government of India or by the Constitution of India. So which are the languages? Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Dogri, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Oriya, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Santhali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu and Urdu. Okay, so Hindi is understood and spoken by many of the people. Northern states are completely speaking Hindi. Okay, then it was chosen as official language of India. Then each language has their own script also children. Okay, but some languages are written from right to left. We will write from left to right. But they will write from right to left. Okay, these are language that is Urdu, Sindhi and Kashmiri. It is written from right to left. Okay, then Hindi is spoken in different ways and it has different dialects also. If you have heard people saying Hindi in northern states, each state people have different dialects in Hindi. Okay, this was about the languages. So we have officially government of Constitution of India has recognized 22 languages is there. Okay, then we have different types of languages of different states. Hindi is spoken all over and Hindi has different dialects. All the languages are written from left to right, but Kashmiri, Sanskrit, Kashmiri, Sindhi and Urdu are written from the right to left. This is the main point of languages. Then if we come for dance and music children, we have classical dance and we have folk dance. Okay, we have classical dance and we have folk dance. Here you can see classical dance and folk dance. See, classical dance will begin from the worshippers. If you have seen in temples and all, they will dance. It's a classical dance. Okay, it's a worship dance. Okay, dances performed in temples. Then later, kings also encouraged them to dance. Okay, first these classical dancers, they used to perform in the temple as an worship. Then kings also started to encourage them into dance in their court. Okay. Some of the dances are Bharatnatyam, which is famous in Tamil Nadu, Kathakali, which is famous in Kerala, Kuchipudi, which is famous in Andhra Pradesh, Kathak, Uttar Pradesh, Mohiniyattam, Kerala, Manipuri, Manipur, Satriya, Assam, Yakshagana, Karnataka. In this picture, you can see different types of dance forms, children. Okay, here you can see Bharatnatyam, Kathak, Kathakali, Kuchipudi, Manipuri, Mohiniyattam, Odissi and Satriya. These are the dances forms are there. Yeah? Then we have folk dance. Classical dance is completely a traditional dance which was used to done in temples and later in king's court. Then Indian folk dance. Now we come for folk dance. Okay, these are tribal dances or simple group dances. These are tribal dances. You have heard about tribal people who will be wandering here and they will mostly stay in forest type of areas. Okay, these are simple group dances that are performed to express joy. For happiness they will dance. Okay, for happiness in the excitement they will perform this dances. Okay, they celebrate, they do their harvesting children during the time of harvesting. In Punjab they will do Lodi and all right during the time of harvesting. This will come under folk dance to express the joy, the happiness. Even if you are also happy, you will be starting dancing, right? If India wins a cricket match, everyone dances. And if any functions are there, people will dance, right? In you can say marriage functions and all. This will come under the express of joy and all. Okay, then each has their own artist, each will have their own sing dancers and instruments playing along it. So apart from that, we will be having unique jewelry. According to the dance, we will match our jewelry, our costume and all, right? That will come under folk dance. Then what are some of the folk dances, children? Bhangra in Punjab. Heard about it? Bhangra. People will start doing Bhangra, Balle Balle dance and all, right? Then Assam Bihu dance. Okay, they will do a typical dance by keeping the hands back and all, by keeping the hands at backbone and all, they will do the typical dances. Ghumar in Rajasthan. Okay, they will rotate themselves, which is also a different dance. Garba in Gujarat, they will dance with the clappings of the hand, they will put one leg front and they will dance. Tribal dances of Nagaland and Mizoram, even they have their dances, they will put all sticks, different costumes they will use for that. Okay, this was about the classical dance and folk dance. Next, if we come for music, we have Hindustani music and we have Carnatic music. Hindustani music and Carnatic music. Hindustani music is developed in North India, mostly in North India. Okay, it was not only influenced by ancient Hindus musical tradition but also Persian people of the Mughal era. It was not only done by the ancient Hindus. The people from Mughal king dynasty came to the India, right? They are all Persians, okay? Even they have started to encourage this Hindustani music. Even they have given the tune for this Hindustani music. Then we have Carnatic music. This Carnatic music is especially popular in South, okay? Especially in Tamil Nadu, it's a famous tradition of Carnatic music. It will soothe king ears, means if you are very tired, if you are not relaxed, this Carnatic music, if you listen, no, your mind will be relaxed. Okay, for especially that violin will be there. They'll be having the syndol. They'll be having sitar. They'll be having. If you just listen to that sitar tune, if you are bored and if you are not fresh, tired, that will soothe your ears and will relax your mind. Okay. This is most probably they will do with Carnatic. See, you can see the sitar is there, people is there, tabla and all is there. So they will soothing the ears. Okay, Carnatic means Sanskrit is soothing the ears. Okay, composition is meant to perform in a style known as Gayaki. Okay, so the composition in the style how they perform is known as Gayaki. Gayaki is a singer for the female they will say. Okay, here also it is performed so that people should it should be calm for them. Okay, many in our emperor times, many singers were there. For example, we can say Tansen, he was in the Emperor Akbar's court. Then we have Pandit Jashraj, today's vocalist, when he sings very beautifully, children, you have to listen to his songs, okay. Then Ustad Zakir Hussain is famous for tabla. Then Pandit Hari Prasad Chaurasia for flute. Then Ustad Amjad Ali for sarod. These are all the instruments which they are famous in playing. Okay, you have to listen to the musician. They are actually real musicians. In that they will add their voices also. It's so beautiful to hear. You all should hear this ones. Then the different musical instruments are used like sitar, shahingai, flute, harmonium, tabla, which are popularly known as classical music. Okay, this was about our music. Now if we come for our food and dresses, children of our country. Food. Now food and dresses, we have what and all food we have. India, our country is very famous in food. We have different varieties of food. Each state, each city, each town has their own different varieties of food, right? Okay, we love to taste. Our taste buds are very energetic in having the food, right? We try to taste each and everything, right? We have different spices, we have different herbs, we have different vegetables, which will enhance our taste buds. We love it, right, children? Then North Indian people prefer roti, parathas and vegetable, but what we prefer mostly idli, rice, dosa, this and all we probably prefer, right? North Indian prefers completely about vegetables, about paratha, roti, sabzi and all they will prefer. We will prefer rice, ragi, rasam, idli, dosa, upma, this and all we prefer, right? So people have different taste buds. Okay, people have different tastes. So North Indian probably prefer that taste. We prefer this taste. But we will have everything, right? Once in a week or once in a while we will be having everything. Then in Eastern, rice and fishes. In East India, like in Bengal side, Assam side and all, they prefer rice and rice and fish. So this and all will come under heritages when the children, different types of food and all will come under heritages. Then about if we come for dresses also, many people will from different states will wear different dresses. For example, you see in Karnataka, many women will wear saris. Men will wear panche and shirt in villages. Office people will wear suit or pant and shirt. And women will wear probably, if they go for office or nowadays in modern cities and all, you will wear western. Okay, it depends upon their thinking, also depends upon their style also, children. Okay. Then salwar kameez is popularly wear all over India. Okay, many girls will prefer to wear salwar kameez and all. In weddings and all, gowns they will wear. What we can say, gowns they will wear. Then saris, beautiful saris, ghagras. This type, different types of salwar designs they will wear. Okay, this and all will come under the dresses of the heritages also. Ghagras and all was an old tradition, old heritage which is being followed till now also. Even salwar kameez people used to wear from old times and still now they will follow. Saris also were old tradition, but now girls prefer to wear all western dresses, right? Even it's also heritage only. Even we had to respect it. Okay. Then long narrow parts. If you see here, you can see here. Here you see sari. They are wearing different types of dresses. This is different about Kashmiri, Manipuri, Nagaland. Different culture, different city has different types of dresses. Then Kashmir salwar kameez and firan are popular. Firan is something but they cover the head and then even in the dupatta it will be even some designs, children. Yeah, it will completely cover their forehead. Okay, okay, this was about the food and dresses. Next, if we come for historical monuments, we have different types of historical monuments here. India is completely land of beautiful buildings and monuments, right? We have a lot of beautiful and buildings, monuments also. Okay, so I'll just read some of the monuments over here. Indus Valley civilization, we have the Great Stupa of Sanchi and Taj Mahal are just few examples of architectural heritage. Okay, there are few examples of. Okay, so about the Taj Mahal, just few examples of architectural heritage. Then we have different monuments also, temples, places, Khajuraho temple, then Halebeedu, Hosur temples and all have heard, right, children? These are all architectural, means previous time, ancient time they made all these temples. Okay, then there are beautiful temples in India. For example, we have Sun Temple at Konark, the Dilwara temple in Mount Abu, the temples of Khajuraho, Brihadeshwar temple in Tamil Nadu and Meenakshi temple in Madurai. Then we have different monuments, Taj Mahal in Agra with it is actually 7 wonders of world. In world there are 7 wonders of the world, means 7 beautiful monuments are there. In that our Agra, Taj Mahal Agra also will come under that. Then Qutub Minar, the Jamia Masjid and the Red Fort are in Delhi are architectural marvels, means they will be carved before itself, before the independence itself. Okay, even the Taj Mahal also. Then the British brought new styles of architecture to India. Then when British came to the India, different new styles and all came to the India. Victoria Memorial in Kolkata was done by British people only. Even they have designed it a different English architecture itself. Then Rashtrapati Bhavan and Parliament House also was being designed. Okay, building by during the British only. Then we had churches in Goa which was designed by Portuguese people from the Portugal country. And we have Bahai and Akshardham temple in Delhi and Vidhan Sabha in Bengaluru. So also monuments, okay, monuments also you can say. And we have the heritage of our country also. Then we have different paintings also, children. Paintings were done by Ajanta caves in Maharashtra. Okay, they will carve it, they will paint it. Okay, these are all the paintings done either by the religion they have inspired, either by the king they have inspired and they have done. Okay, they were drawn by the Buddhist priest also. So the famous well paintings Ajanta caves in Maharashtra show the life of Buddha. Okay, in paintings of in Maharashtra, Elephanta caves you can see, right? Here Buddha's preachings are there, Lord Buddha's paintings are there. Okay, these were done by Buddhist priests, means who worship Lord Buddha, no, their priest. It is more than 1500 years old paintings, and still now you can see in the caves of Ajanta. Okay, then the art of miniature by the Mughal kings also, they have made arts also. Okay, they had artists from many places working them. They bought many artists and they started to design their heritage, designed their monuments and all. Then we have Krishna's paintings also about his battles, huntings and about his stories and all. Okay, this and all will come under the paintings of our heritage. Then we have festivals here which is very famous, we everyone celebrate. We have religious, national as well as harvest festivals. What is religious festival, children? Each and every religion has their own festival. Hindus celebrate Diwali, Dashera, Ugadi, Pongal and all. Then the Muslims celebrate Eid, Bakrid. Christians will celebrate Christmas. This and all will come under religious festival. Then national festival, whole country celebrates national festival, right? On Gandhi Jayanti, celebrated on 2nd October. Independence Day is celebrated on 14th August. Then, Independence Day is celebrated on 15th August. Then Republic Day is celebrated on 26th January. Right, children? This and all will come under national heritage and our festivals. Then we have harvest festivals. Harvest festival, which is a famous harvest festival. Yes, it's Pongal, right? People will cut the crops and they will pray. Then only they will start to distribute. Right, children? These are all harvest festivals. And Onam in Kerala, Pongal in Tamil Nadu, Holi in Uttar Pradesh. These are Lodi in Baisakhi in Punjab. These and all are harvest festivals. Okay, this and all will come under our cultural and rich heritage, which we have to preserve and we have to keep it also, and we have to follow the tradition so that our future tradition should learn about it. Okay, so this is about our rich heritage. I hope everyone have understood. So just a short chapter which you have already read. Okay, already studied. Yes, we are recapping it more once again. Okay, if you read, we are definitely meeting in our interactive session. Okay, meanwhile we have 3 to 4 minutes for the exercises part. We will just complete it. Okay, children. First main fill in the blanks. There are so many languages. 22 of them recognized with the dash of India. Who recognized? It was by the Constitution. Dash is the official language of India, Hindi. Most languages are written from left to right. Which language is written from right to left? Hindi, Sindhi and Kashmiri. Urdu, Sindhi and Kashmiri. Different forms of the same language are known as dialects. The dance form of India include both folk and classical. Okay, this was your answer. Fill the blanks. Next we had true or false. Our classical dance begins as a form of worship. True, children. Our classical dance is a form of worship. Indian folk and tribal dance are simple group of dance that are performed to express sorrow. False, to express joy. Each form of folk dance has a unique costume and special jewelry. True. Carnatic music developed in South India. True. Traditional painting in India is also being inspired by either The Taj Mahal in Agra is included in the 7 wonders of world. True. Apart from second one, everything are true, children. Take the correct option. How many recognized languages do we have? Option C, 22. The official language of India is Hindi. Option A. Gandhi Jayanti and Republic Day are national festival. Option B. Urdu, Sindhi and Kashmiri are written from right to left. Option C. Bihu is a popular folk dance of Assam. Option C. Then we have the following: Bharatnatyam, we have classical dance; Ghumar, we have folk dance; Pandit Jeshwal was a vocalist; Sun Temple, Konark, Pongal is harvest festival. Okay, so the answers will be 4, 5, 1, 2 and 3. Okay children, this was your good exercises part. Children, if any doubts are there, we will definitely meet in our interactive session. We will complete exercise part. Okay, bye bye children, take care.